Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Quick Brick Games, and welcome back to the Exploring LEGO Hub World series. And this time we're checking out LEGO The Lord of the Rings from 2012, and this is the Middle-earth Hub World. Yes, this game gives you pretty much the entirety of Middle-earth to explore. We're going to be starting off here in Hobbiton, and this is going to be kind of from the perspective of someone who's not too familiar with the Lord of the Rings movies, so I think that would kind of make this video a little bit funnier than it would maybe from somebody else, so that should be cool. I am planning on watching the movies. I actually recently purchased the 4K Blu-ray set during the 2022 Black Friday sale, and so I got that in. I haven't watched them yet, but I plan to. I thought about watching them kind of before I recorded this video, but I was like, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's go in blind as someone who hasn't watched all the films and kind of go and record this video that way. I thought it would be a little bit funnier. So we're going to be doing that. So right now we're in Hobbiton. This is kind of the village area. Of course, there's collectibles and stuff. Unfortunately, this game does not let you go into the water. It makes you jump out as soon as you fall in. So they did not implement swimming mechanics in LEGO The Lord of the Rings, apparently. Let's switch over here to Gimli because we have a destructible wall which we can destroy here with his character. Just walk up to it and hit the attack button to destroy that. And we can kind of progress here through the town. And this is kind of cool, this little bridge that you go over. And over here I think is going to lead us out of Hobbiton if I remember correctly. It has actually been a while since I've played this game, so I actually don't, have the full hub memorized and all that. But we'll do our best to kind of navigate. If worst case scenario, we can just fast travel to the different locations because I do want to show the map here actually. You can see here we start off in the top left corner, Hobbiton, and we're going to be moving kind of our way towards the right side, and we're going to be kind of doing that. So now we're going to be heading towards Bree, and then we're going to have Weathertop, and etc. So we're going to try to cover, obviously we can't explore every nook and cranny within this video, but the kind of purpose of this series is to explore at least the main areas, so we can get the main stuff out of the way. So once you kind of travel into this forest, it's going to start raining. I think it does this every time you play, so that's kind of a interesting mechanic. And here we are in Bree. This is kind of the village area. I remember when I was trying to 100% this game a couple, 2 or 3 years ago now. I remember coming here a lot because this is where you would get your extras. You would go inside this shop here. Not the Prancing Pony, this isn't it. There was a blacksmith shop somewhere in this town, and that's where you would use your Mithril Bricks to construct different extras. Like you needed that for ×2 studs. Here it is, the blacksmith. Yes, I remember this now. We can head inside here, and here you would construct the different extras in the game. So that was kind of cool. You build different materials. So let's go ahead and get out of here. And so this is Bree, the kind of town area. I really like this area. And so now we're going to make our way out of here and into kind of head towards Weathertop. So let's make sure we're going the right way here because I do not remember. So no, we are not. So we need to head down and make a left, it looks like. I think this will get us on the right path. Yes, again, this is going to be from the perspective of somebody who's not super familiar with the map of this game. Obviously I 100% the game, but that was a few years ago, so I don't remember every single detail. Look at this open plain here, this kind of swamp area. Very cool. So we're just going to move across this swamp, and I think we're going to be making our way to Weathertop now. And it looks like we are getting closer, so that's a good sign. I guess the problem with the map is that it doesn't give you like the direction that you're facing. It just gives you the kind of general location of where you are. And look how open this hub is. Like it's just open fields that you can explore. It's very cool. It's very unique because obviously there's hub worlds that are bigger than LEGO Lord of the Rings, but they aren't like, there's no flying ability or anything like that in this game. So it's not as if you can just kind of fly over and cover a lot of ground quickly. What makes this hub so big is that you're pretty much limited to walking the whole time. And as we're kind of exploring here, I think a lot of this video is going to be kind of made up of us just going between the different major locations. So maybe instead of doing that, because a lot of it's just walking from point A to point B, maybe we should just teleport to the different major kind of locations in Middle-earth, and that would be a little bit better. So this is the pass of, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, because I know if I pronounce it, I'm going to completely screw it up, and all you Lord of the Rings fans are going to mock me. But here we go. So this is the pass of C, we'll call it, And there's kind of a pond here, and you can head down here. I think there's like a boat mini game, if I remember correctly, down here. Yeah, so there's this wheel, and you can turn that and kind of control these different boats and complete a mini game for like a brick. So that's kind of cool. And I think this area is kind of separate from the rest. It's kind of separated by a big area of water here. There's obviously like an incomplete bridge up there. So I think that's pretty much it for this area. So let's pull up the map again, and let's kind of look at the other areas we can go to. So we can go to Isengard. Let's go to Isengard next. And I think we're going to keep it daytime. You can turn it to nighttime, but I think day just looks better. I always prefer daytime in games. So here's the giant tower here. And you can actually climb all the way to the top of that tower. Ooh, we just fell into the pit. That was not good. Good thing this is a 100% save file, and I don't care about my studs. But you can climb all the way to the top of that tower. We're not going to do that in this video, but that is a pretty cool thing that you can do in this game. Just look how vast the open world is here, man. It's absolutely insane. And again, like I was saying, the difference between this hub and the other hubs, like Lego Marvel and Lego DC, and even Star Wars to an extent, like in those games you can always play as some sort of flying character, or like in the Marvel games you can play as, you know, Spider-Man, and you can kind of quickly get around. Whereas in this game you're definitely forced to be on foot the entire time, and I think it really expands the open world to an extent. You know, it may not be physically bigger than maybe Lego Marvel or something, but it definitely feels bigger just because you're limited by what you can do. So we're going to go into this castle here, kind of climb on top of this castle, and here you can get a good look. I mean, all of that land out there is fully explorable, which is absolutely insane to think about. So let's go ahead and head out that way. Let's see. So if we head south here, that's actually not going to lead us anywhere. So we're kind of in Gondor here. You can see there on the map. Let's move over here to Edoras, I believe is the pronunciation of that. If not, correct me in the comments. I'm more than open to be corrected. So here's some NPC characters kind of walking around here. So that's always cool. And what's cool is, you know, I'm fast traveling between these areas. We are playing this on an Xbox Series X, so you will notice that there is 60 frames per second gameplay here, so everything looks really smooth. Really appreciate the FPS boost feature of this game. And if you want a full video kind of analyzing the FPS boost feature of this game, I'll go ahead and plug my other video, which is called FPS Boost for Lego Lord of the Rings, or something like that. So you can definitely check that out on the channel if you want some more Lord of the Rings content. I also did an every character video on this game where we show off all the characters, which was pretty cool. And so yeah, definitely covering Lord of the Rings a little bit on this channel, even though I'm not the most familiar with it. So now we're heading in here. Look at these wolves who actually attack you. The Fangorn Forest. There we go. We just knocked that wolf's head off. That's absolutely insane. Lego, I thought this game was rated, what is it, E10 plus? Now we're knocking off wolves' heads. What's going on here, Lego? But anyway, so let's go ahead and pull up the map. So we're kind of in the forest. So we're going to be making our way over here to Amon Hen. So I think instead of fast traveling, since we're already relatively close, let's just manually walk there. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. We'll use the old ways. But yeah, I do appreciate that they have fast travel in this game. That's very, very important. Again, more so than the Lego Marvel, like when you had Manhattan and stuff. Because in those games, if you really need to get across the city, you can just fly across within like probably like 30 seconds. If you wanted to walk across the map in this game, that's probably going to take I don't know, 20 minutes or something. I mean, you can see how long it's taken me just to get to this location. And you can imagine going across the whole map would be even more insane. So I actually forget which character has the ability to use these hooks. Let's see if we can kind of figure it out. So he's got the rope. Can we use that rope on this? Is that what this is for? Yes, we figured it out. Awesome. So that's kind of cool that you can use your character abilities to actually navigate the hub. That's always cool. And so now we're up in this area here. There's a brick, which we've already gotten. And there is a ton of collectibles in this game. This is one of the probably more content-heavy Lego games in the series. So that's this area. Let's move over to, let's see, Eamon Mule. Let's go ahead and fast travel to there, show off that area. Because that would be much faster than, you know, walking all the way there. Let's play as Frodo, since he's kind of the protagonist. I feel like it's more appropriate to keep Frodo active as we're kind of exploring. So we're kind of on top of a mountain here, and we're heading down into this swamp. I do remember this swamp. I think there's a whole level based in this swamp, the Dead Marshes. Look at that, how it actually sinks if you stay on there too long. That's a cool touch. So this is the Dead Marshes region. There is a fire effect going on over there. And man, I just love how smooth this game runs on next-gen consoles. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So are we heading back to where we were? No, we're not. So I thought we were heading back down this way, but apparently not. So we already explored. Let's see. We explored Helm's Deep. We were there. We went here. We went here. So we moved down through the Dead Marshes. So now we're making our way to the Black Gate. And we're going to explore kind of this big section here. And I guess from there we'll be kind of we'll pretty much have explored most of the map. So is the map big? Yes. But when you actually explore it, I guess each region isn't quite as big as maybe it looks on the map when you pull it up. But here's the Black Gate. This looks like a very evil area, doesn't it? Look at all these silver Lego objects over here. I just want to blow them up. The bomb. I think you have to use a bomb character on this game, or in this game. So there's a purple stud up there that I was kind of eyeing. Every time I see a purple stud, it just makes me want to go and collect it. And look at that. They really captured the Lord of the Rings kind of aesthetic, didn't they? They've got this skeletons hanging upside down. So this is for another Mithril Brick. We're not going to do that, obviously. We've already collected all of them. This is a 100% save file, but hey, if you're playing through this game, there's a brick right there if you take out a bunch of enemies within the, what was that, like a 60-second time frame or something like that. So we got a bunch of towers here. We got this massive volcano, which I believe is where the last movie ends, right? If I remember correctly. I've seen bits and pieces of the movies, but I haven't seen the whole thing from like start to finish. So I will be doing that shortly here within the next month or two of me recording this video. So we'll kind of see. It'll be fun to revisit this game after I've seen the movies to kind of fully appreciate what I'm playing. Can we go inside this castle? No, we cannot. The game does not let you do it. That's a shame. I think a level takes place in there, though. So we got some moving platforms back there. Look, you can actually see the draw distance in real time. Look, as we get closer, those moving platforms kind of appear. You can imagine if they ever did a remaster, a lot of people want them to do a collection of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit Lego games kind of together in one, where they would then add the third movie of the Hobbit, the Battle of the Five Armies, to the Hobbit as well, just to get a complete Lord of the Rings collection with a kind of united hub world. I think that would be really cool. But I don't think they could do it. They would have to build everything from scratch again. Like, I don't think they could just combine both of the games together, kind of like they did with the Harry Potter series. I don't think that would work here, especially if you want... Look at it, we're all the way out here in Mordor. That's absolutely insane. Let's make our way back here to the Mount Doom area, just so we don't get too carried away out there. But here we go. We can actually climb this little area, get up here into this castle. We got a character here. Is he gonna attack me? Yep, I saw that one coming. Let's take him out. There we go. Love that death animation where it's like head spins around. So what's this? How do you pronounce this? Surith Ungol? Surith Ungol is how I'm gonna pronounce it. So up here, we've got some more studs. We got another level. These flags, I believe, are levels, if I remember correctly. Oh my gosh, are we starting some sort of a cutscene? Yeah, we are. So that is a level. So we're not going to do that. So we're going to travel through here. Where are we actually headed? So I think we're headed more towards the west, which is where I wanted to go, because we explored Edoras already, or Edoras, however you pronounce it. And, oh, it's a dead end here. Well, that sucks. Let's go ahead and fast travel. Let's just fast travel to get over there, because I do want to explore. So we did this. So this is pretty much the last major area that we haven't explored. So let's go there. How do you pronounce this? Minas? Let me see how it was pronounced. Minas Morgul. Very cool. And this is a pretty open-looking area. Whoa, we have a massive green castle walls here. Absolutely insane. We have these lily pads. I remember you can grapple on these. Let's go ahead and do that. And that'll flip the lily pad around to where we can actually use it to get across the water and reach that character on the other side. So that's pretty cool. And let's move out here more towards the open just to see kind of how big this land is. Look at this. Absolutely insane. Pretty impressive for the time. Again, the draw distance is pretty limited. You can't see too far out. But again, that's kind of how I was saying. Like, I think to do a remaster, they would have to kind of recreate the game completely from scratch, sort of like they did with Skywalker Saga. You can fish in this game as well, by the way, guys. So yeah, I really think they would have to, put all 6 movies together in the game, and then just have one massive hub world to kind of represent both trilogies. I think that's kind of how they would have to do it. And this is going to be kind of the big castle here that we can go into. Let's see if we can get into this castle manually. I know you can. I think you can teleport inside, but let's go in the old-fashioned way. And I think that's where we're kind of end this this exploring hub worlds video. Yep, this is usually where you spawn when you start a new game or load into your save file. At least that's where I usually spawn in my 100% save file. I don't know if that's based on when I last saved or what, but yeah, guys, that's gonna pretty much do it for the Middle Earth hub world. It's pretty massive. I'm hoping they do a proper recreation of this game someday, where they kind of make it from scratch, give us a next-gen hub world where we can actually see out into the distance a lot better, because here, you can see out into the distance, but the details are very limited. Like, you can tell that castle way out there is pretty low polygon. It's not very detailed at all out there. Obviously, it looks very bland as well. But yeah, that's going to do it for exploring Middle Earth. So hopefully you guys that were requesting for this one were kind of happy with this. I know it's not the best because I'm not super familiar with the franchise, but hey, I did my best, and I thought it would be kind of more entertaining from somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about rather than some super experienced person, But yeah, that's going to do it. So let me know in the comments below if you like this video. Dislike it if not. Subscribe for more content like this one. And I'll see you guys next time here on Quick Brick Games.